Hello, friends. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. I've never gone live on Facebook, and it's wild. I don't know who's watching this, but I guess I'll figure this out as I go. Um, I really wanted to touch base with you all through video because I wrote a post, I think it was last week, kind of giving an update of what's happened to me since the fire, and it was a very vulnerable post, and I felt it was long overdue. And so I wanted to share a lot of that right now through video because so many people that I was talking to in that post didn't read it. So I'm hoping that you're listening now. Hey, Paula, I see you. Hey, Catherine, long time. Hey, Nina. So good to have you guys with me. Hey, what's up, Vlad? Yay. My friends are watching. So, I wanted to talk about what's happened to me and why I've been so silent for the last couple of years. It's July, and this marks the second year anniversary of my house fire. And oh my God, it was such a crazy time when my house burned down. It was July 21st of 2015, and so many things happened. I mean, to lose everything that I owned, and start over put me in a state of shock for months. Actually, for a year, I was in a state of shock. And I was so grateful for all of my community who showed up to support me. It was so heartwarming to know that I'm so loved. Hey, Stephanie, what's up? Hey, Navi, what's going on? Nice to see you guys. So many of you reached out. So many of you donated clothes, donated money, and supported me. And it lasted me maybe 8 months. I was able to just recover. My good friends, Allison and Teo, gave me a cabin in the woods to just recover and write my book, which I did. And another friend offered to invest in my book, and it was just incredible to feel all of the support come in a really hard time. And I just wanted to share a little bit what's happened since that. Oh my God, so many of you are here. Hey, Neftali, what's up, Pedro? Shannon, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm so touched that you're here with me. Thank you for joining. So, after I wrote my book, it was kind of scary. I went to Washington, D.C. to launch it, and, it was like, okay, I'm going to have to relaunch my business and everything from this point on. And what happened to me in the airport coming home from my book launch was pretty shocking. So I got a phone call while I was at the airport that one of my best friends had broken her back, and she was in surgery and wasn't going to be able to move for quite a while. So that was pretty dramatic. And I also found out that my boyfriend had hung out with another woman in my absence, which was really overwhelming. And I also found out I was pregnant, and I also found out I had to move. So coming home from my book launch wasn't the celebratory experience I had hoped for. It was like another massive slap in the face, and I had to rebound yet again. And that one was a very private and emotional experience. I had to find new housing, and I hadn't made money in 8 months, and there I was pregnant and didn't really know what I was going to do. And obviously my relationship with the father was not stable. So, I had to make a new start. And I'm telling you all of this because I found that starting over is one of my specialties. So, what happened was I ended up moving towards Oregon because it was cheaper and I could afford it. And I launched my mystery school despite of all that was happening to me. And in a few short weeks, I think I had made $16,000. So I was really proud of myself to kind of just bounce back regardless of what life was throwing me. But I couldn't have done it without my friends and so much support. So I moved up to Oregon, and I was in temporary housing yet again, looking for an actual house to rent. And I rented a room, and I was looking every day for 2 months. I could not find a house. I found one that I liked, and I put my application in. There was 100 applicants for that same house. So again, I was like, what am I supposed to do now? I have my business. I think I knew only 2 people in Ashland at that time. And so I started camping out on Mount Shasta with a new friend of mine, and ended up putting my stuff in storage because I felt more comfortable on the mountain. I thought it was going to be like 2 weeks out there. It ended up being 3 months. I rented an office at the base of the mountain so I could keep my school going. And I finally found this house that I'm in right now in October of last year. So I feel like I just kind of landed, or like this summer, this last few months, I feel like a massive rebirth is happening once again. I feel much more stable. I should mention that right before I moved up to Oregon, I had a miscarriage and I lost the baby, and it was a really sad time for me. And I lost that relationship also, and life is so full of unexpected twists and turns, and I know all of you who are listening. What's up, Byron? Dave? Oh, I love that you guys are here with me. We all go through so much crap in our lives and curveballs, and it's just what I've learned is how to stop, reflect, course correct. Being out on the mountain for 3 months last summer was the best summer of my life. I experienced so much magic. Mount Shasta is the root chakra of the earth. I felt really guided here. I felt like Spirit told me I needed to be on this mountain and connecting with the earth. It helped me to release a lot of nervous energy that I had accumulated in my body from the fire, because for those of you who don't know, when the house burned down, it was 1:30 in the morning, and there were 6 of us sleeping, and I was wide awake, so I was the one sort of waking up everybody and running around the house, and it created some sort of weird feedback loop in my system, where it was really hard to sleep afterwards. It was hard to fully relax, and sleeping on the mountain and being in the energy field of Shasta has really acclimatized my nervous system. So I'm so grateful to be here. And my start and stops continue. A few months ago I announced that I had written another book this winter called Rebirth and Renewal, which I have, but just when I was editing it and thinking I was going to launch a Kickstarter and get that going, my back went out and I couldn't work for 2 months, just this spring. And so I kind of had to sit back and, I keep getting these messages that Spirit's telling me to slow down and reevaluate and really build a strong foundation. But there's this energy in me, like kind of a hustle that I think I developed living in or growing up in Silicon Valley and being a part of the whole .com industry from early on, really programmed me to like have this drive, like overwork. So I've been learning to really slow down over many years. It's like a continuous lesson I learn. And this summer, I'm inviting people to come out onto the mountain with me to experience the energy out there in a kind of vision quest, transformational workshop, meditation retreat mixture. So if you're interested in that, I'll post the link in the comments so you guys can check it out. Oh, I Eileen, it's so good to see you in here. Eileen helped me recover my computer and phone after the fire and helped me restart my business. And wow, all of you guys, it's so good to... It's weird because I can't hear you guys, but I know you're seeing me live, so thanks for tuning in. But I just wanted to say thank you to all of my friends and family. Like, so much has happened in this last year. So I relaunched, when I launched my book, I also had an investor in my book, but he went MIA, like, right when the book launched, and I found out he wasn't sending the money, and so my book got pulled. So it was live for 2 months with the publisher. It sold 10,000 copies in 2 months, but it's been pulled and unavailable. So I know some of you have been wondering, where the hell is my book, Synchronicity? And it's not available. I'm actually editing it now and plan to get it out very soon. I'm not going to say when, because every time I say when, it seems like Spirit throws me another curveball. So I'm kind of in a very receptive place right now, just waiting for the next directive, trying not to get too far ahead of myself. Oh, Pinky, it's good to see you. Asha, wow. I have friends all over the world. So Asha's in Mount Fuji, Pinky's down in Sri Lanka. So good to see you guys. You know, through all of my rebirths and starts and stops, I've lived on 5 continents in the last 20 years, and I think I've moved over 100 times. So Spirit has its way of, like, putting me where I need to be, having me learn the lessons I need to learn in order to strengthen myself and pull myself back together. But I wanted to do this video because it's not possible for me to reach out to everyone I love individually. I get overwhelmed kind of easily. It's why I've been living rurally for a long time now. Whenever I've gone back to the Bay Area, I've had a few panic attacks last year, and I've been kind of avoiding going into Oakland. So those Bay Area friends, I know some of you have taken it very personally, thinking that I don't love or care for you, and that is not true whatsoever. It's just that in me re-strengthening myself and figuring out how to crystallize everything that I've been given to process, I need to take a lot of time alone and in nature to just heal and reset myself. And right now I'm feeling really strong. I'm feeling so grateful the sun came out because the winter was long. This is the first year or time in my life I've ever lived in the snow, and it was like 8 months of cold, and it's finally warm and beautiful, so I can enjoy the waterfalls here and the lakes. And I hope that some of you will come and join me here in Mount Shasta. I know a few of you have already come. Nina and Paula have been here multiple times this year. So on the celebratory note, since I launched my school last year, I've had 23 students come through the doors. It's an online mystery school that's based on the book that I wrote, and I will relaunch again sometime soon. Again, I'm not going to say when, because every time I say I'm about to do something, Spirit kind of pushes me in another direction. But 23 students, and 6 of them went through the whole year program. So I have 6 adepts who've, 2 of them recently graduated, and 4 more are going to graduate next month. So I'm very proud of them. And I've had 7 retreats up here in Mount Shasta this last year, and the Rebirth and Renewal retreat is a conscious camping quest, and it's happening August 3rd through the 7th, and there are a few seats open, so I hope if you're interested you'll check it out. And I'm just so grateful to see you all. Thanks, Catherine. It's been probably 30 years since I've seen you. I love you guys. Thank you. It means so much to me to have you here with me live. It's kind of scary talking to myself like this, but I feel you watching, and I love you. Hi, Sue. Jenny, hi. Is my retreat in the same spot that I camped in the summer? Yes, it is. Thank you for asking that. Oh, Kevin's here from England. Oh, we have so many countries in the house. It's awesome. Yeah, so my retreat is happening where I live for the 3 months. And wow, you guys, I don't even know how to tell you how magical it is out there, but this mountain has a way of calling people to it. There is interdimensional energy walking around. There's portals, vortexes. You know, I'm one for keeping everything really grounded and practical. And this place has a way of accessing these portals while staying so grounded in the earth. So I'll be posting more photos of what it's like out here, but if you're feeling called, please reach out, and I hope you'll join me out here, because it's like living in a magical wilderness. Yes, Vlad, I look forward to having you. Vlad's going to be assisting me out there on the mountain. He's an awesome sound healer, and I hope those of you who'll come will get a chance to experience Vlad's beauty and art. So we're going to have fun out there. All right, I don't want to make this too long. If anyone has a question, feel free to post it. But wow, Shurya, long time no see. Nice to have you join live. I love you guys. I'll check the comments afterwards, but thank you for listening. Take care.